We may not often realize this, but simplification plays a very pivotal role in our lives. As humans, we are actually obsessed with the idea of simplification. It naturally brings transparency, and it is no wonder that brands are now embracing the power of simplicity. But how is a concept like simplicity given shape and form, and how is it achieved, especially in the context of insurance? And what are some things to consider to keep on defeating this complexity on a daily basis? To discuss this and more, I have with me today Uda Merchant, who leads our brand marketing at Digit Insurance. Digit is a company that was started with the philosophy of making insurance simple. And over the last 5 years, Huda has actually undertaken various simplicity projects. So it was only natural that I had to go to Huda when I thought about this topic about breaking down the concept of simplicity. Thank you so much, Huda, for joining us on the Simplicity podcast.
Thank you for having me here.
Before I delve deeper into this entire topic about simplicity, and especially for sectors like insurance, I want to understand from you how much of a role does human psychology play when it comes to simplifying something? And for brands, why is this such an important thing now?
So I think, beyond even the brand part of things, right? I mean, we live in a world where there's like constant connectivity. There's a lot of noise. We are like always connected. There's a lot of cognitive load. I mean, and there is a concept in behavioral economics which talks about how it makes it difficult for humans to even make decisions or think clearly if there's a lot of cognitive load. And I think in this day and age, it's only increasing day by day. And that's why I think simplicity is even more important than ever. And for a brand, and especially for a brand like insurance, which is already complex for people, simplicity is just, it's almost like it should be simple, right, for someone to get. It's already complex, people don't understand it. And it's not something like, say, a fashion brand or an entertainment brand where people are going to willingly come, but it's more like something that they need, and it's something that's very necessary for their financial well-being. So it's like common sense that this should be simple for someone to understand because it deals with their money, it deals with their future. Then why is it so complex? So I think uh, that's why simplicity is so important, not only from an insurance point of view, but just generally in today's day and age. There's already so much complexity, there's so much noise everywhere. We just have to simplify things just so that we can think clearly and take better decisions and have clarity of mind as well.
Right. Understood. But could I understand that humans in general have very finite attention span, right?
Yes.
We are living in that world.
Yeah.
Right? But from that point of view, why do you think simplifying something is really important? What does it really achieve? Because especially for brands, why are we seeing that become inherently important as we go by? Is it more of like a sales pitch, or is it like a long-term game that the brands are trying to play?
Okay. So I think one thing is that I think when we think about simplicity or simplifying things, we think that it is, it's breaking down a concept, but that's just simplifying in terms of communication. But simplification also comes in, say, like you're buying something and how simple even the journey is. Or even if I'm logging into a bank account and how easy it is for me to even go to the next step, that's also simplicity. Like everything should
Right.
be intuitive. And it's not about a sales pitch, it's just overall an experience for a customer. If somebody is going to come on your, for example, just taking a digital example, if someone's coming on someone's website and if they cannot figure out even how to go to the next page,
Right.
they're just going to drop off. So it does impact the sales indirectly, but it's also for the customer to have a good experience. If something is intuitive, simple, and they're able to navigate seamlessly, it just makes their experience so much better. And that's, I think, what's important for all brands today.
Got it. So let me come to insurance now.
Yeah.
Actually, we operate in a sector that unfortunately is criticized for
Yeah.
being very complex, very jargon heavy, right? So it starts right from the policy document, terms and
Yeah.
conditions that you see, and everything else. So you're someone who has worked so passionately on the cause of simplicity over
Yeah.
the last 5 years here at Digit. So how do you view the whole insurance of simplicity in industries like ours? The reason why I'm asking this is because there is also this distrust that the insurance sector grapples with in
Yeah.
general, right?
Yeah.
That whether the claim will be settled or is it really genuine and things like that.
Yeah.
So, do you think simplicity can solve and enable greater trust, especially in our sector?
Okay. So I'll start from just not only insurance, but the about financial literacy overall. So I think lately I had read a study there was an SBI study that Indians are 27%, only 27% Indians are financially literate.
Right.
That means people, anyways, don't understand money or things related to money. And then if the industry is then also complex, then I mean, how are people going to navigate through this? They won't even get to.
Right. The
Right.
gap will get really wider.
Yeah, this will be really wide. So I think, I mean, that's one reason that it's really important for I mean, I think it's important in all brand and especially in financial services and insurance included. Um, it's more important that it should be some easy to understand. Someone is paying a lot of money for this. They're doing this to protect their future or their asset. So they should be able to understand what exactly are they even buying. So I mean, one of the small things that we have even done at Digit is customers didn't even know what is covered in their policy and what is not covered. And usually these things were right now they're more transparent, but earlier they used to be kind of in their
Hidden
policy,
away,
yeah, hidden away in the
right.
policy documents. So a person doesn't, and who's going to read those? No one's reading those documents.
100 pages and
No
everything.
one reads all of that. So I mean, the first things when they're coming to buy a policy, they don't even know at that point whether what is covered, what is not covered. They probably are getting an insurance because they have to.
Right.
Someone's told them you have to get it, so they just like they blindly buy anything. So we actually transparently and very in simple language put out, okay, this is what's covered, this is what's not covered. So that at least when they're coming to buy, they at least know beforehand what they're really getting into.
Right.
So there are these small things we have done at Digit, which is, I mean, so our concept was that to make insurance so simple that even kids can get it. Because there is one quote by Einstein, if you can, the most difficult thing is to make something simple for even a kid to understand. If you have done that, you've achieved.
Right.
So actually we have done different experiments around that. So I'll just take a few examples. One was a dictionary that we had created and
Right.
which included definitions of words, and it also included examples of explain it like I'm five.
Correct.
So actually explain to people in context to how you would explain to a child something. Then another thing that we did was the policy documents like we were talking about are, I mean, they're full of a lot of information and they're like multiple pages long, which people don't end up reading. So we created summary documents, and that was just a very simple initiative, but it's now translated in all our products. And it's even if someone's not going to go through the entire policy,
Right.
at least if they go through the summary, they're able to understand, okay, this is what my policy covers. So it's just simple acts like this that we have done that actually make things simple for our customers.
Understood. So I understand that simplicity when we talk about it, theoretically it sounds like a very broad topic. So
Yeah.
I also wanted to know from you various projects that you have undertaken over the last 5 years,
Yeah.
which especially you are very proud of, and something which probably you think that people in our industry wouldn't really think of.
Okay. So I think there are a few that come to my mind. So I think another thing is that simple, like I said, it's not only about breaking down concepts. Sometimes it's just that can I see something and I just get it, or I can connect with it. That's also a part of simplicity.
Simplicity,
so
right.
Taking that, we actually have done one collaboration with artists where we worked with 3 different artists across India, and we wanted to build awareness on insurance.
Right.
And they created artworks which would, represent that. And when they did that, and from an artist's perspective, when they did that, people could actually connect to it. For example, there was one artwork called "Ride Through Uncertainty."
Right.
And that's actually what insurance is. You're just like riding through uncertainty.
Correct.
That's what people are like, okay, that's okay, I get this. And then they also don't feel like insurance is very boring or it's alien. When they saw that artwork, they could relate to it, and the gap between an insurance company and the customer kind of like got closer in a way. Another thing that we had done was a series called Simply Put by Digit,
Right.
which was it was more on breaking down concepts to people in terms of financial decision making. So, for example, there was one episode on the biases that we have while we are making these decisions. So, for example, we talked about the familiarity bias, the present bias, and how that really affects your insurance buying and even other financial decisions.
Right.
So that, I mean, it's just about someone just being aware, and that kind of, okay, if I know that I'm doing this because of this bias, then maybe next time I'll do better. That was one series. We also talked about how do you look at insurance from different stages of your life.
Right.
So you're not just buying something which someone told you to buy, but you're actually thinking from your life stage what makes sense for you. And we broke down that for people. So that was one series. The other thing that we actually did from context to how do we make insurance so simple that when kids get it, we actually collaborated with a kids channel called Peekaboo Kids, and we actually explained what is insurance to
Right.
kids. And I think that was just very direct. That if you want to explain something, that when kids get it, we actually went and explained it. And this was around kids who were 7 to 11 years old, and they were able to then understand it.
Got it.
These are few initiatives that we've taken so far, and there are many more. I'm thinking of others too. Also, during our journeys, like by journeys, we always try to keep our language very simple for someone to understand.
Right.
We try to keep even the user experience very clean, so that people are able. We don't even give too many. We don't give people too many choices to make at one stage, because
It overwhelms them
yeah, it
probably.
overwhelms them. And there is actually a theory that if you give people think that show all options, and I will, you know, show the customer all options, that's big. But actually, there is a theory in behavioral economics that if you give people too many choices, then they can't make that decision. They might just drop off, and they might be like, okay, I'll do this later.
True.
So we take all these things. I mean, these are all theoretical things that we have applied in our journeys, and we don't show people too many plans, for example. Skipping their, we just want to make their decision making as simple as possible and let them know. And also, a part of simplicity also be very transparent with them. You're talking about the trust. And
Right.
also that's why we also try to be very transparent with our customers, like exactly telling them every single thing. For example, in our health insurance, when we were launching that, when we're asking people health related questions, a lot of times people don't want to answer because they just think my claim will get rejected.
True.
We actually told them in the journey that if you don't tell us this, then your claim will definitely get rejected.
True.
So it's better you actually tell us now and just be honest about it. That's actually going to be better. Otherwise, it's just going to go. If you have something not telling, then it's just going to be a waste.
Okay.
So we try and be as transparent as possible in our journeys and every touch point that we have, whether it's an email or whether it's when someone is buying something, whether someone's stopping by on our social media. So one more example would be when we were launching our Instagram account, one of the things that we were really finding challenging was who wants to follow an insurance company.
Correct. Yeah.
That too on Instagram, where you are just like the categories that usually, especially when we started, were like health and travel and
Right.
fashion, and these are the kind of, and it's all visual. People don't want to. I mean, even I wouldn't want to follow an
True.
insurance company. So we actually started the account with we created a fictional character called the Ouch Potato.
Right.
And the idea was to create this character who gets into trouble a lot, but through his troubles he educates people about how do you stay out of trouble, because inherently insurance is about protecting yourself. So
Right.
the Ouch Potato helps them to protect themselves from ouches of life.
Oh,
So we would take even like the smallest things. Okay, if you're traveling somewhere, here are the common scams that how do you protect yourself from that? And we did it in a very fun comic style. So that kind of resonated with the audience a lot, especially younger audiences. I mean, everyone loves to talk about like silly things that they've got into, silly troubles, and everyone's a bit clumsy. So they could relate with the character.
Right.
And that's what actually helped us build our Instagram channel through this, through the Ouch Potato.
I'll slightly
Yeah.
change the topic now and get into the whole technology angle too. Because if you think of it, the inception of technology probably took place because there was this human need of simplifying things, right?
Yeah.
So technology probably by definition simplifies things. So can you tell us how probably automation or data management or building intuitive user interfaces that you spoke about plays a role in simplification?
So I think I already spoke about,
Right.
but I can add to that. So I'll just take a recent example that we are building our life insurance products,
Right.
and one of the things in life insurance is that people actually don't know what they should buy even. So when you talk
Right.
about guaranteed savings products, they don't know what exactly is right for me. And we actually then created a user journey which educates the user at every touch point with even things like videos and gives them tips. And then it's very dynamic. So if I am entering my age, it tells me things related to my age. Okay, you are young, so maybe, and sometimes this might not be the typical thing. If you just go online, search something, maybe that's not the typical answer you will get. But we have customized that for every age, and it's also backed by data. So another example would be if someone who is below 25, they might be looking at like a guaranteed savings product, not for a long term perspective, but maybe they're looking at it for just tax savings.
Right.
This is the kind of, so we are recommending them not to maybe invest in like a long term product. So, and actually telling them, okay, if you're looking for tax savings, and this is what you can do. So it's we're trying to take an approach that is like customized to each and every user based on the different information that they give us. So that's one thing from a UI perspective. So we have, I mean, this is something the customer service team does, that they have a sentiment analysis engine that works. So if a customer is calling,
Right.
and there is an AI bot that analyzes the kind of tone of voice and certain keywords, and we also have the data of the customer if they have other policies with us. Whatever data that we have as a company, all
Right.
of that is what we get, and because of all of this, we have seen a 92% of our customers have their queries resolved the first time itself.
Right.
So I think this is the basic part of simplicity, that how simplicity means you're saving time in some way.
Correct.
Similarly, when in our claims process, we see that we don't have to wait for a manual surveyor to actually come and assess your damages. You can
Correct.
just like take a video of your damages
Correct.
and you're done. You don't have to fill any claim form, because that's also time consuming. So it's as simple. Okay, if you're calling the insurance company anyways to intimate them, then why can't that just be your claim form?
Right.
That's-
It's also simplifying the entire process and that entire journey also.
Yeah, and I think that's what simplicity is for us. It's not actually just about communicating something. Like, of course,
Correct.
we as marketers do
True.
a large part of that is communication.
Correct.
But even
The entire company,
yeah,
so to
entire
say.
company actually, if you talk to anyone from different departments, everyone's actually seen at how can I simplify.
Understood. So I think from the conversation that we have had till now, my sense is that simplicity isn't just about making things easier to understand or de-jargoning something. It's much more than that.
Yeah.
So in a broad sense, I want to understand from you, what really do you think are the implications of simplicity, or when somebody really gets into the whole game of simplifying something?
So I will. So that, I mean, two ways I want to answer this question. One is an implication of simplicity on a personal level. So right now, I think we were talking about how in today's day and age there's a lot of noise, and everyone's actually now craving simplicity. You see all of these things where people are trying to cap their screen time, they're trying to reduce notifications. So everyone's actually wanting to simplify their life, because I think what we have realized over the years is that it's getting really everything is super cluttered, and this is what's like causing a lot of stress in some ways, a lot of
Right.
cognitive load. So we're already in that day and age where people are really craving simplicity on a personal level, and that can be that I want to have better management of my time, I want to have better mental clarity, and so on. From a brand's perspective, that can translate into different things, right? So it can be simplicity can actually, from a business point of view, also reduce cost.
Right.
Like, when you're simplifying things, it actually reduces your cost, which is good for the business. Then, from a customer's point of view, that if things are simple and my customer experience is better, and maybe also the customer loyalty, if I've had a simple and very smooth experience, then I'll
Right.
keep coming back to the brand. For a brand also, it's important to be simple, because again there's so much noise. So how do I just say what I want to say in the most simplest way possible,
Right.
because people don't have time, people don't have focus, nothing.
That's
So
true,
how can
yeah.
I just be as simple as possible to communicate my message in this crowd? Another thing that I've also realized is when you are actually consciously trying to make things simple,
Correct.
whether it's a process or a product or anything, it actually leads to even more innovation. Otherwise, you just do things as they have been done, and you're like, okay, why does this really have to be simple? But if you're consciously thinking that no, this can be simpler, that's what actually leads to innovation. And I think one example is actually the our claim process, where
Right.
you are taking videos. So that's actually simplifying the process both for us and the consumer.
True.
So I think it actually leads to a lot more innovation too, and I think that's what it has also done. Right? You try to think about, okay, because sometimes we get lazy and we're like, no, this is how things have been, so we'll continue doing it that way. But when you just take a step back and think, I think it can be simpler,
Right.
then it can lead to actually innovation too.
Got it. So you spoke about the power of simplicity so well. What I want to know from you is this trend that we are seeing now, is it more recent, or how are people viewing this earlier versus how are people viewing it now? What has really changed?
Yeah, I think it's I mean, I think it is recent, something that's happened over the years, especially in the fintech. I think every other fintech brand you see now talking about like we
Correct.
make X, Y, Z easier, we make
Correct.
it simple.
Yeah, I think the whole evolution of
Yeah.
fintech was that
Yeah.
because people were used to seeing banking only a certain way,
Yeah.
and then they saw what the entire fintech space
Yeah.
could do.
I think it has to do with just the evolution of, I mean, people evolve, and it's also the tech wave that maybe would have enabled that.
Right.
And I think a bit also about the coming generation, they have been brought up in the digital age. For them, convenience and having things very easy and accessible have grown up in that.
Right.
So they kind of expect that everything has to be as accessible, as simple, and easy as what they as all
I think they
other
probably think that's the default option
they
now.
think that's actually the default option. If something is hard, they mean just like they really don't want it to be hard. But like so that's why I think that's also one thing that has a role to play, that the new generation actually thinks this is the default. So if you're not doing that, then you're losing out on that audience too.
So I know, Huda, that we spoke quite at length about the power of simplicity from the point of view of companies also and individuals as well. I'll leave you with one last question. Like, how should individual consumers look at the whole simplicity thing when they're interacting with brands, or even looking at buying insurance, for example? Should they also be as obsessed about simplicity?
So I think it's not a very conscious thing that I mean sometimes it might be conscious, okay, I want to do something that's simple and easy to use, but most of the time it's just inherent that because that's how our brains function, we unconsciously take these mental shortcuts wherever, like whatever is simpler, we are more attracted to that in a way. So
Right.
for example, if when it comes to quick commerce, you have like only just 2-3 brands maybe.
Correct.
When it comes to cabs, okay, there 3-4 brands and so on. But when it comes to insurance, for example, there are like the 25 brands. So naturally, a person would be inclined and attracted to something which is more easier to use.
Correct.
It's also because it's something people just want to get done with.
Right.
Okay, I need a car insurance for my car, and I don't want to spend so much time on this.
Correct.
I mean, I just want to get something that's right for me. So naturally, as a consumer, as a person, if you even think about yourself, you're just naturally inclined to brands and services that make the process easy for you. That process ease can be just that. Sometimes it could be just that it was the navigation was easy, or sometimes it's like, okay, I got it done in like 3 steps. I didn't have
Right.
to go physically somewhere and get this done. I think in today's age, that is one of
That
the
is
major
true.
things, right? You do things because I pick A versus B just because A was available online.
Right.
So I think that's just a very natural thing that happens with consumers. When we as consumers, we don't think that I'm going to go with a brand that's simple. It just naturally happens.
Right. So I don't think probably brands are, consumers are on a daily basis thinking as obsessively about simplicity, but it's something that's inherently built inside them when they're making their decisions on
It's just
single day.
behavior, human behavior. And I think brands need to be more obsessed with it because
Right.
they actually want to make products which people will use and stay loyal to as well.
That was actually quite insightful. Thank you so much, Huda, for joining us on the Simplicity podcast.
Thank you for having me. It was a fun conversation. And ironically, this podcast is called Simplicity.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed this conversation about simplicity that we at Digit try to champion every single day. If you like the podcast, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and see you next time.